It's Gnomebitten.
I'm Gnomebitten.
Have
This
you?
is my stream debut since having an organ removed.
Oh goodness, how are you doing?
I've been sleeping a lot, otherwise pretty okay.
Oh,
This set's funny because it's I don't think we've seen a set that has been so like you can't open any value in this set other than the lands. I don't think
there
we've
are
seen something to this extent since Battle for Zendikar.
there are after the last weekend. There's a couple of cards that have actual
Yeah.
ley line.
Yeah, it's like
like,
yeah, Leyline, but it's like Leyline, that white card,
2/2.
that double the 2/2, the
Yep.
double ups. Uh that's basically it. And then the
Yeah.
Scry Lance.
Yeah.
That's basically it.
I think. Yeah. I was looking at this yesterday, and it was ley line was like most valuable, which doesn't surprise me after the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
For those who have not seen the decks that Leyline, I wouldn't say enables, but like pushes,
Yeah,
because like
it's
Leyline binding and that sort of nonsense was already playable
yeah.
before Leyline, but uh,
If you just have free domain,
yeah,
it's pretty easy.
and you get to play. You know, you already really didn't have to work for your domain, but like, what if it was like actual, like
What if it was actual and it's also free devotion. It is free green devotion. And it's like
yeah, it was Leyline, then it was Delny, the 2/2 that doubles effects from 2/2s, or from two powerless creatures. Um, and then Massacre Girls card, the one that just gives all your creatures Wither.
yeah, that one is just yeah, that's EDH.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what's driving the price
There
for
are
that is
there are a
EDH.
couple cards in that like after that are like EDH stuff, and then yeah, I mean, I guess it's looking at other sets and some of the other cards of note, where God, what's Shieldred at these days?
Oh god, let me check.
Like, are we at 3 digits?
I my gut doesn't say that. Before I look it up, I'm gonna guess $80, $85.
I'm gonna say just below 195.
Okay, that's Shieldred the
That's the
Apocalypse.
one.
Uh, 78 to $85. The pre-release one is 130, but market price is between 80 and $90, like
Okay, so
86, 83. So we're somewhere between the two of us.
yeah, but yeah,
Of
the
course, that's right now. I'm sure before the event,
yeah that was, but no, it was like this is a set that has like the cards I can think of that are immediately like, these are things I can see people like either building with or playing with,
mhm.
are like a number of uncommons.
Yeah, I like Insidious Roots a lot. That
That's
card
one.
has a lot of potential.
Yeah, Insidious Roots and No More Lies, the Mana League. Um,
Yeah.
like Insidious Roots, having played with and against that in limited, like that's in decks that aren't doing like that one. There's a specific like pilot from Kaladesh that just like rebuys
Yes.
itself.
Yeah. You do that with Underworld Cookbook.
Mm-hmm.
You make a food token. The food token makes the 4/2 come back. The 4/2
Okay.
leaving the graveyard makes a plant.
Yep, and then all plants get bigger, and then
And like either that wins or there is there's a silly combo you can do with Tyvar, because your plants makes your thing make mana. because Tyvar lets the plants tap for mana
Oh,
right away.
Tyvar is the one that gives like haste
He
for
gives pseudo 1,000-year elixir. or
yeah,
whatever
1,000-year
it's
elixir,
called.
haste for tap abilities, or maybe even
Yeah.
just mana abilities. I don't remember.
And he get none. It's just a tap. It's just
Okay.
haste for activated abilities.
Okay.
And he even mills and then returns a small creature. So it's
to
like,
get it going.
so it's very silly. Just like blood gas stuff. Works pretty good.
So over the week plus that this set's been out, there's been a couple like kind of shifts, and this is a format with morphs, but really this is a format about like heavy aggression.
Yeah,
like-
in the world where people are playing 3-mana 2/2s, the Goblin Piker is king.
Yeah, like one of the kind of best setup, or like the best threats, not the best setup, but like the threats that play the best are a number of common cards that all create multiple bodies that are capable of taking on a morph. So not only do you have like my removal sucks because there's multiple bodies, but also my creatures suck because they can't beat the bodies that are being made. Cards like Person of Interest is in this, is like just, it's 2/2/2s. We've seen that card 100,000 times.
Yeah.
But in this set, that card is like top creature in red. Like,
Yeah, I love that
because it's you play it on 4, it's a 2/2 to threaten the morph and a 2/2 to attack with. Yeah, like, which also makes like the slightly more expensive spot removal just feel really bad. Stuff like Shock still feels good because it's cheap enough to.
Yeah, because you can like that goes mono neutral against a morph, and you're like feeling pretty good about it.
So,
are there any? I'm thinking there are no playable, like outside of limited, maybe standard suspect cards.
Suspect cards
that say the word suspect, and I'm glad about that because it's one of those mechanics that is not a mechanic.
The only card, so outside of draft, cards that suspect that are, I want to say the goat.
Yeah, Frantic
has
Scapegoat is the one. Yeah, that one could get out. But like the rest of these, I'm kind of glad, because one thing I don't like is whenever you see a card show up in the wild that has one of these non-keyword keywords on it, and you have to be like, okay, what does this do? Like anytime you have to stop the pace of play to say, okay, what does this do?
So goat is one that like comes to mind as far as like this could be, because this is like a haste menace 1-drop that hands off menace to a later aggressive threat, which like I can see that being worthwhile. It might not be like because one of the things is the like aggressive decks that play low to the ground right now in standard are like 4x Thraben Inspector, 4x Voldaren make a blood token.
Oh right, yeah, standard lasts forever.
Standard lasts forever, right? Because that's still
Voldaren
around.
Epicure is still around.
Because that's still right. Like I'm not like wild in thinking that that's still in standard, right? I forget the. No. Okay, we are out that far. Sorry, I'm thinking of.
Okay.
I was thinking of Pioneer bits, but no, the not Voldaren Epicure, a lot of the 1-mana threats and 2-mana threats. I forget the name of it. It's like tap 3 creature, 1 and a 1/1 with haste menace isn't enough to like push the needle as far as like, and I don't think it has been for years at this stage. Like that's not. But why was I
actually weirdly enough? I remember playing Red Deck Wins with around War of the Spark. There was a 1-mana, was it Torchbearer? It's like a 1-mana 1/1 with haste that has tap, give something haste. That thing was very silly.
Yeah, technically Deadly Complication says this, but this is really just a murder. Yeah, suspect really isn't a mechanic you're gonna use. Maybe skeleton. Maybe somebody's doing something with the skeleton. But no, it was it was a like pioneer deck, I think, that was like
Yeah, Pioneer, because Pioneer deck already played a fourth Raven for that's Boros Convoke,
mm-hmm.
and when they made new Inspector,
Oh no.
they were wondering.
No, it is still in. Okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Standard
God,
lasts forever
sorry.
now.
Standard is literally eternal. Like, but the deck I'm thinking of that like is like what like super aggressive looks like. What I could see was like 4 of these, and then like 4 Inspector, and then like there's a 1 mana card that's like blow up an blow up an artifact if it's yours.
Yeah.
Make 3 tokens.
Yeah, it's Kodoltha Rebirth plus. Yeah.
Effectively, the deck is this card is kind of the killer.
And then you
for
have yeah, and then Boros. This is a deck that got backported from Pioneer.
Yeah, and now is okay. Standard being this long. Oh my god. I think the next set doesn't rotate it either. I have no idea when Standard rotates. I'm not gonna lie.
I finally infected you. They
Like-
changed how Standard worked once for me, and then immediately changed it back, and I have never recovered. And now everyone else is getting affected.
I want to say it's with the Red Wall set, but I don't know if that's true or not.
Let's
Anyway,
let's draft some cardboard.
yeah, we enough time for people to get in here, so. But yeah, so like, I've found a lot of power in trying to play aggressive, trying to find 2 drops and make sure that you're ahead on the curve, because almost every deck wants to be playing. Even the aggressive decks are still playing a morph on 3, and generally it's something that morphs up really easily with some sort of good effect. There's a 3/2 that makes a Thopter on flip up. There's a gargoyle that taps or untaps target permanent on flip up. And there's the dog walker. All 3 of those morph up for 2, and have a 3rd point of power when they flip up. So like they keep your aggression going.
And the power of that is it lets you flip them up and play a 2-drop on 4.
Yes, or hold up a trick, or any, or even if it's like pop your Thraben Inspector Clue.
You kind of saw this happen in cons too, where like 2s and 4s were because the things that surround a morph.
Yep.
Were important.
And we don't have a gigantic amount of creatures that there's. Oh boy, here's a.
Okay. So this is Glorious Anthem combined with
Tremors.
Yeah, impact Tremors.
Okay. Of note, so the card is obviously like good with things that make multiple bodies, and as we can see in here, we have a number of those in here. Also, one of the most powerful black commons is just Edict.
Yep, just Edict.
Because Edict will eat a morph, pretty simply. And the collect evidence on this, the thing that turns it into a Edict your biggest creature. So like late game, it doesn't suck.
Is if this is a format about ground pounders, then Glorious Anthem's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm feeling a Anthem in a format where like 2/2s are what's going on. I'm a little sad to have to pass like a nice set of notable
Pride
cards
of the whole clade. Someone doesn't have faith.
Come on. So this card is very funny. It says draw 15 cards. As funny as that is, that also tends to get you murdered. It can. Drawing 15 cards is a lot of cards. So there was a change to how packs function in paper, and MTGA has changed to match that. 2 bits of that
Yeah.
we see here, where there are multiple rares in the pack. Also, we can somehow end up with duplicates.
That's stinky.
I don't like that. I'm fine with like, yeah, whatever, second rare shows up. This sucks. This is like, we already have like I don't
Just
like
like
seeing.
they invented the land slot, and then whenever they abandoned it, it sucks pretty hard.
Yeah.
What does the auditor do?
So the auditor is top 6, grab an enchantment.
Ah, okay, case. Okay, I can stop reading.
Well, it at least says grab an enchantment. I did the exact same thing when I saw this card for
Yeah.
the first, second, third, and fourth time. Was I saw the word case and stopped reading. I don't feel like I made a mistake with that. I'm a fan of this. So Inside Source is one of those cards I was talking about that's like multiple bodies, one that can take on a morph.
Yeah, and this one lets you
Push.
there's a lot of detectives, so
Yeah.
just having passable pump is pretty good.
I would not mind having the case auditor because grabbing an enchantment out of top 6 is really nice, but I also would like, bodies to go with the war leader. And I'd rather take the generically strong card to cut the color a little better than take the more. Hey, buddy.
It's him.
Niv.
He exploded, and now he's unexploded.
This is like. There's another Niv in Standard 2 out of like Aftermath. Middle Youths.
It's a big guy.
Yeah, this is a big creature.
It's the Scooby Gang.
Get to unmask Lazov or whatnot.
What does Fuss do?
So Fuss and Bother is a pretty neat one because Bother is pretty strong.
Yeah, that'd be hopefully it wheels.
Yeah, because like Fuss is like okay as like an offensive like trick. I don't want to be casting that, but
yeah, I'm fine with this style of deck having a Trumpet Blast.
yes.
The Expedited Inheritance. This card's very silly.
Whenever a creature is dealt damage, right? This is the both sides. Whenever a creature takes hit, you get the impulse.
The weirdly symmetrical card. Target creature gets +2/+2 on a turn. When that creature dies, make a 2/2. Okay.
Yeah, this is a good 1-mana trick. This is a nice creature because it also has like a pump past. It works with a lot of multi-body cards, which hopefully we end up with more of. There's a lot of them in this color combo, and we already have one. So
the art's funny because it's just a dog with a weird posture.
High
alert!
High alert! In addition to a couple of the other changes from paper that are changing
The
in
list.
Arena, the list is a set of cards that just sort of appear in packs.
That's why we saw Quintorius the last time you streamed this.
Yes. There's a number of them that show up in the zone. I'm gonna grab. Murder's still hanging out. Fanatical Strength still hanging out.
What does this guy do? Okay, he's this guy.
Yeah, morph up like.
They've printed this guy a fair amount.
I'm gonna grab a piece of fixing.
Monk. Probably might pick the Rakdos. But what is
This thing's white on the flip up, and it flips up to be pretty huge.
Pretty huge. What does Monkey do?
Monkey's
It's got reach.
Destroy target artifact or sack an artifact. Put 2+1/+1 counters on it.
Okay.
It's like
He's fine.
okay. Generally is targeting a clue token.
Here's the worst removal spell in the format.
God, push. A lot more stuff has vigilance than you want. Scrupulous Agent is like fine. I'm not gonna feel
Pick a
bad.
piker?
Pick a piker. I'm trying to push like it kind of.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, here we go. Yeah.
That's nice.
We picked a dual color first pick, and
Yeah.
now we're desperately trying to keep it.
Right. I'm trying to force it as hard as.
That murder, huh?
These are the last 4 cards, huh?
Are you feeling Naya or are you feeling Mardu? I guess we have to crowd control Warden.
This thing is like grab a basic on.
Yeah, this is what do they call it? Environmental science.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to push the colors as hard as we can. Obviously, we're seeing that our early picks work well for that, and then as we went, we're kind of okay. You know, perimeter
Okay.
enforcer.
I think it's +1/+1 whenever you do a detective.
Yeah, whenever you detective or detective, which is flip up like this one or play. I like this card a lot for being like a evasive lifelinker.
Yeah, it's like
Um,
it's a Vault Scourge.
yeah. Um, Vault Scourge that we do have, like, already do have, like, Person of Interest makes a detective, Inside Source makes a detective. White has a lot of detectives, so we'll be
His
seeing.
back's kind of empty though.
Yeah, I'd either be on like this or the Witness. The Witness is like fine to flip up. It's
You
not.
wait, he's a detective because he's got the hat.
Yes, got the hat on the statue that makes you a detective. That is that.
Except for perimeter enforcer. That guy doesn't. He lost his hat.
Oh, here's a detective.
Yep. Later, a tooler.
Yeah, the sacking artifacts doesn't come up a ton, but it can let you, like, not have to pay 2 on a clue, or
Yeah.
sometimes turn like a junk body in. Call Surprise Witness is buyback unearth, but it gets flying.
Mm-hmm.
But that's harder to do in this format because like your 3s a lot of times are morphs, so like you can't bring back a lot of them. Hmm.
There's the private eye.
Private Eye, huh?
Got it. We have another option. Another. Uh,
Yeah.
what does suspicious detonation do?
Costs 500 mana and deals 4 damage. Yep.
Okay, this is just Lash of the Whip. That's
Yeah.
okay.
Pick up the Private Eye and see if white is something that's doable with. I don't see anything else. Like the Warden is like fine, but I don't want too many of this. I'm gonna pick this up and again see if this fixes up. Okay, we get
The haunch.
we got the Haunch. We got Galvanize, which is like Red's premier.
Mm-hmm.
Burn spell.
Just a bolt.
Yep, bolt. Every once in a while, you can get that 5 out of it, and it will kill things that you needed it to. Binding here is also
Binding will also kill mostly the same things.
yeah.
There's also a seasoned consultant.
Yeah.
If we want a 2-drop, but removal is usually more primo than.
Yeah, it's between which of these is more.
You want to kill anything at sorcery speed or kill some things at instant speed?
I'll take the binding. That thing gets. Binding makes me feel better about if I picking.
Yeah, Auditor makes it a little better if we do that.
Yeah.
Better than Demand Answers.
Yeah. Demand Answers is good. I'd be fine having.
Yeah, this is a fine card, but it's just not.
Also.
Spell Snare. Probably the most beautiful counterspell ever printed.
That wolf. Watch. Catch that
when
watch
you really
wolf.
don't want your opponent to have a 2-mana 3/3.
Which is a lot of the time. I don't like my opponents having 2-mana 3/3s. Okay, this threaten sucks.
Although it's a ray of command, except
you can't block with it.
except you can block with it. Pick up a goat.
Pick up a goat. Probably am fine having 1 copy of Detonation, but it's not something I want to.
Doorkeeper Thrall.
Sure. This is way worse than you think in this format because a lot of the abilities that you'd want to like stop are morph up rather than come in.
Plus, we have a Purse of Interest in our deck.
Yeah.
That'll make your move conceivably playable.
Wrench. Don't hate having 1 copy of this. Could also pick up the Hellion as a piece of top end. We're asking for pack 3 to kind of fix up the creature base a little bit for us.
Yeah, it'll work. We're not falling in the classic trap of 12 creature Boros. It's fine. I was close. Funky.
It's not a body I'd want to be playing, but I'd you know.
Now we need some guys to incidentally make. We need Thraben inspectors.
Yes, that's what I want to pick. All right, pack 3. Let's get like all the Thraben inspectors. Well, there's Shock.
Well, I've heard you wah that.
I kind of can't say no to this in the format of morphs, and also like again in a format where we have a lot of these multi-body cards, like being able to like stick a combat because your opponent double blocks and you go whoomp, like feels really nice.
Auspicious arrival, not the kind of incidental investigate I'm looking for.
I really like this card.
Yeah, the card is good, but I mean we have 11 creatures.
Oh yeah. Right now, also like I'm gonna pick Shock over it in basically all instances.
Not on my watch.
Okay. Case of Burning Masks has been really strong playing this. 3 damage on come in, so 3 in, 3 out. And then if you get 3 sources to deal damage on a turn, you then get to have a like impulse top 3, pick 1 to keep.
Okay, pretty good.
Which, like, on your 3 in, 3 out burn spell, like, that's where, you know, this also makes the Auditor stronger.
A little better. I wouldn't hate a Snapping Drake. I feel like evasion might be important, but
Yeah.
killing, you can't build, if you kill stuff, it's always good.
There's also a Wrath of God hanging out in this pack.
There's just a Wrath of God.
Well,
it's probably better than the Morph guy we can flip up.
Yeah.
Sanguine Savier.
This thing I value a lot lower if I can't play it straight.
Yeah.
Because it's 5 mana for that. Just feels really expensive. It's not like unplayable, mind you. Oh boy. I was
You were saved.
Yeah. Among Us. This card is like
Sauce.
This card is, you know, Among Us. But it's also like really strong.
It's pretty strong, yeah.
Because it's 6 power and toughness.
What I think's very funny about it is the canopy warps around the merman's fin so that you can see the fullitude of his fins. Also, they just started drawing Pathfinder goblins. Well, there's our Snapping Drake if we want it, or a 2-drop.
Just a 2-drop. And this is a 2-drop that is like,
it's a detective.
Yeah, true. I was just thinking like the like hate piece on this. That's like opponent pops a clue, dome them. Like,
yeah, not bad at all.
That's fine text. It might come up. Haunch is also like dogs.
It makes dogs.
Meddling Youths again. Crime. So Crime Novelist. I've said this before, but the goblin on Crime Novelist is like such a good like happy little goblin writing a story. I want more copies of this. Probably fine with it.
What does the Mask Maker do?
Your morphs cost 1 less on the turn you attack.
Okay, we can have another 2-drop. What is Hazda? Hazda Vigilante puts counters on things.
Yeah, puts counters on small things. So we have like low end, mid end, top end as our kind
what's our curve look like?
We've got 2 Meddling Youths and the Crowd Control Warden hanging out at the bottom. Not really.
What is Due Diligence? It gets picked up by our guy, so
basically. I don't think any of these like second copies of are making it in the deck, so yep, that's fine.
You steal an unscrupulous agent or something.
Sure, Hallion's playable.
Why would the chase being on give first strike and not haste? Yeah, I remember the days of Sellsword Brute. A 2-mana 2/2 in red in a Ravnica set that when it died it dealt 2 damage to you.
Yep. Yeah, we have been
so spoiled.
because like we went back to cons and cons had
That exact same card. Yeah, it's like
card.
not Bloodfire expert, but it's some kind of a freet.
Yeah, it wasn't. I think it was in Dragons, if I remember the format right. But it was like and there was like the one that was like the morph that was like if it blocked, it dealt 1 damage to you.
Yeah.
It's like okay.
And of course, everybody's favorite, Blaze Commando. What was his name? Just the worst uncommon. 3 mana 4/4 that when it attacks or blocks, sacrifice it at the end of combat. The card was so terrible.
All right, 15 creatures. We're not on Boros, no creatures. But yeah, the world where we have 2 mana 2/2 for red 1 is one that like at this point we've been in for.
It's like 7 or so years at minimum.
Yeah, we at this stage find much more for your buck on a body because like most recently out of Caverns that 2-drop Inti.
Yeah, Inti. That's what being a legend gets you.
One of the like
that's a
best red aggressive
card.
2-drops in like.
Well, the card's great because it's not just aggressive.
Yes.
It kind of slices dice.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It you can use it for reanimation. You can use it for card advantage. You can use it for pumping. Yeah.
So we have 3 or 4 cards we need.
Yeah, we're at like check the curve quick.
We could just jam in some tricks.
Yeah, chase. Rage is like trade up and then it makes a detective, which is like okay.
Not bad. Or it could just be lethal, like surprise haste.
Yeah. This card's funny because the investigate is like a hilarious joke to me.
Yeah, it is because you're gonna crack that clear, right?
Yeah, I'm all over that one. Sure, a body. Still probably like okay on like.
How much does Thrall own us?
In our deck, so Thrall is artifacts and creatures. No. It hits case file.
2 case file. It hits our 4 on a 2/2 guy.
Orangutan, person of interest, and that's it. Because this is This is not a.
Yeah.
So like 4 or 5 of our things.
And it's just kind of like it's a squire other side.
Right, it's a flying.
The last time they printed this guy, it had lifelink instead of flash. Hushbringer.
I think it had 3rd point of toughness. Like that was.
I don't know. Hushbringer is pretty fragile. Let me remind. I got
Hellion over Ape. Yeah, Ape like. So I've played against Ape a lot, and Ape has like 60% miss, 30% hit a clue, 10% become a 4/4 by sacking a Thopter or something.
It'd be I think Gearbane Orangutan would be really, 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 really good in March of the Machines. But
not
but not in this set.
On the job because I find that board breakers are kind of a
could be reasonable
thing we need
and
in this.
You could if you wanted to, if you're afraid of flooding, we can play Demand Answers over a land and just play it as Tormenting Voice.
Yeah. So having played this a bit, like I feel bad going down the land because morphs are even still with what our curve looks like. Morphs are
they
so
give
important.
They give you a mana sink. Yeah, I get you.
Well, not only that, but like if you fail to hit 3, like you might as well walk out the door. Like decks don't function before that point. Still, the Demand Answers is probably fine to play in here. I don't know if that's better than just like playing the orangutan. What are we creature count at? 16, I think.
Do we have any secret creatures?
Checking on the job. 2 binding. Case burning. Leader's call. Chases on. Shock and.
Nope. I say we just
no.
ship it, and
Yeah.
if the monkey is unbearable, we can turn it into something else.
Gonna go slightly heavier on red. Okay. Alter X.
Sure.
Sure.
This is 2Zs into 3Zs. What does Dogwalker do when it flips? Does it just make a wolf?
It makes 2 dogs.
Then do we really want to morph that up, or do we want a 3-1? Our next few turns are going to be pretty spoken for. We have 3 and a 4 and another 3.
I feel fine doing like this. Usually, like, I want to say this is like an 80-20 card where you morph it on the 80.
Because, like, they play a guy here, we just kill it and punch them.
Right, that's the thought process on why I want to play it here.
And if they don't,
Well,
then we
thanks.
can case file auditor.
Yeah. You a detective? You're a detective. Okay. Well, I feel like our dog walker's eating like a burn spell, something like that.
That's fine. He's a piker.
Whatever. Yeah, sure. Thanks. Got anything for us? Ooh.
Glorious Anthem.
Yeah, okay. I'll take that. This thing now costs 3 colors. And here's what, here's our multi-bodies doing multi-body things.
So now we can play our doggy and then next turn have a 2 and a 3.
Yeah. Nah, I'm good. They could pump the detective and come in, but I highly doubt that's what's going to happen. It's probably just going to be attacking for 2. I won't block because no world where I'm at.
I would love if they,
There's no world where I
if
take
they had
that.
sorcery speeded, pumped their guy. I would have loved this.
And this is every threat, every opponent is going to be like this. So.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
You could attack. You're
This is vigilance, so
actually, you try fine with that trade.
this can't block.
Okay, can't. Well, they have the
they
they
have
have the 2/2 and the 1/1.
That's fine still.
We could battalion next turn and get the +1/+1 on our lifelink guy.
And I'd probably be playing the Auditor too there.
I feel like either situation is fine, but we might want to err on the side of boosting our lifelink, or we could simplify the board.
I kind of want to get the board down here.
And they don't block anyway.
Cool. Yeah, I kind of want to, like, push in on this.
Yeah,
Okay.
Makes sense.
Right.
We're gonna be lifelinking for 4, maybe?
Okay, land means...
We can kill something and play case file auditor. It's just a token?
Debating if it's the token or if it's,
The menace guy?
yeah, like the one with the menace or one without menace.
Kill the guy.
Case file auditor probably misses because we put 2 on bottom last time, but that's fine.
That's very good.
Yeah, all right. So fun thing here, this is going to be our sources. So this will trigger. Yeah, that's fine. So this triggers, And then our case file auditors solve both again.
Ooh.
Okay. So bottom
They're
8.
We're in a random order, so we can't tell. But
We
have a lot of stuff. We have a lot of lands on the bottom of our deck.
We also now have, like, burn this top 3, pick one. And we're in a pretty good position right now. Yes, the top. Sure, that's our O-ring target.
So let's okay.
So that's gonna hand off +2.
What's a 3/3 get through?
Yeah, that's whatever. We take 5, go to 9. Yep. Do love that this is a full-on.
Even Stevens.
Okay. That's a detective, so.
If we pitch in with everybody, they go to 1. No,
Yeah.
they can double chump and go to. Well, they can block and chump. If they want to trade with case file auditor, they go to 1.
I think with the life link here, I'm fine doing this. Yeah.
We were very cheeky.
So.
You could bust your thing looking for shock.
I can do that if we're about to lose.
Yeah.
If, like, all of a sudden our opponent pulls abracadabra lethal damage out of a hat.
They play Aurelia. Okay, pretty good.
That's quite good. They are at 1 though.
Yeah, they're at 1 against. We have to just find a creature.
Yes.
And we have 2 looks.
Yes. I'm pretty sure we can't fail because of what the top of our deck is at this point, because we went through 24 cards, and the first look we looked at was like 6 enchantments. It was like unreasonable amounts of enchantments. That's fine. Or like so.
Land. A creature.
A creature.
Okay, look for shock. Come on, look for shock. Come on, come on. Pretty good.
Pretty good. The lifelinker was a huge difference in our 2 decks. Like, that really pushed us to be. Also, the case file, like, that card worked.
We hit the density to like make the enchantments like pretty good. Because it
almost makes me want to include this really bad aura.
You want to play that over monkey?
Sure. I don't think we want this. This is just like basic land search.
We're never going to solve it.
Yeah, this is just so. We had an opponent who played a ley line on 0, and it was like, damn, wow, okay, they have perfect mana. What are they gonna do with that? Turn 2, packed. Turn 3, morph. Turn 4, packed. 2. So,
which is funny because Leyline does not get you all the way there, does it?
Leyline does.
Okay. Oh, it's okay. It's green. It's green hybrid with every other.
Yes.
Okay. I was wondering.
Also, the Leyline itself makes that case all 5 colors.
Makes all colors. Yeah. So it just solves itself. Very silly.
If you see that ley line, I think you probably want to try that. It's silly. Well. Well.
You know what? I'm not feeling it.
Yeah, I'm just.
If that chase is on was Was Tormenting Voice?
Yeah. Discard like dog or something.
I would convince myself to keep it even though it would still be a bad hand.
Oh, yeah.
Just hate mulliganing that much. This
Sweet.
hand's way better.
Again,
We could put Due Diligence on the bottom of our deck.
I kind of like Due Diligence with this.
I then like doggy then.
Yeah, just put dog down. Dog on bottom. Dog with person. Maybe I'm being silly here because we literally have person of interest.
How likely are they to kill our perimeter enforcer is the question.
I'm just gonna.
Yeah, let's just have faith that wars are bad, even though in limited wars are frequently not terrible. This is funny because this is not the worst art Shock has ever had, but boy, it's not very good. Yeah, Gorehound.
Yeah, I'm thinking about shocking it.
Yeah, let's just shock it. Don't want to get any value off of it.
Nah.
+2/+0 haste. I'm gonna die for. Oh, okay.
Ah, sweet. Okay. That's super good. Because that's a 2 bodies with a detective.
What black 1 mana trick is there?
So on 2, they could have had the draw 2. They could have had the answers. They could have had +2/+0 return it to play. The scam.
Yeah.
They could have had scam.
What's the worst shock?
I find the onslaught shock is an incredibly funny shock.
Yeah, Dr. Teeth be getting shocked would never work.
It shows a play that it would be like having a lightning bolt that is hitting a Tarmogoyf, you know?
Yeah. Although, wait, I've seen a Tarmogoyf die a lightning bolt. I have never seen.
Okay, how about shock a Tarmogoyf?
Yeah, you can't shock a Tarmogoyf. Although granted, we're just seeing Psychotog getting shocked. We're not seeing it die to shock.
All right.
Like the first art of shock is not very. I don't like it very much. It's like the second most common. I also don't like the Kaladesh shock very much at all.
I like the shocking a shocking a Psychotog. Sorry, I say Tarmogoyf because I find it very funny and think of it as that way because like that is like actually like similar and okay.
Person of interest or doggy? Does Karlov Watchdog have to attack to get the battalion, or does it?
No, so it should come down second.
Yeah, so we should just play the person of interest.
Also, opponent is like surviving on some missing land drops. Like being this aggressive at him is going to be really strong. Also, because we're getting like war leaders. This Anthem, by the way, this is actually we were talking in the beginning about cards that have value out of this set. I think this is sitting around 7 or 8. Like this is a strong Anthem. Sure. What is it?
Scamus? Nope. It was a alley assailant.
One of the things about black in this set is that its creatures are just real. This is what the creatures look like. It's not great. They have a lot. They have some of the best removal you've ever seen. But they need somebody else supporting them for their creature plays. Anyway.
Battalion.
But yeah, so Battalion in the set is not
Now, 3 mana 3/3 tapped is actually not terrible at all. Back in the day, that was a trained Armadon, which used to be special.
No, trained Armadon didn't come into play tapped.
It didn't, but people played 1 mana 2/2s that came into play tapped.
Yeah.
Yeah, no thanks.
You got it, boss. Yeah, you got it, boss.
They just need to flip up their Liliana's Assailant or whatever that makes players lose the game whenever it attacks them.
Yep.
Or damages the player.
Bring back Serpent Warrior.
Serpent Warrior, yeah.
Yeah, like the 3/3 coming to play tapped is actually fine in this because what makes that card more playable than I'm joking at it is that a 3/3 does beat the crap out of like morph bodies. So like it is a play that is like fine.
We lead on tracker here. Our hand's pretty good. We might not want to fool around. And Reckless Guy demands that you discard stuff for him to.
It's gonna depend on how. Well, so this is.
That's a Roomba.
Yeah.
Well, we could discard the chases on. Opponent is also on the Boros way. Except they have the best white card ever printed.
They do, which you get to play in this format. So, you know, kind of wild. Alright, what are we doing here?
Well, we have Morph Down Dogwalker.
I really want to do that to start answering the damn automatons, but our plays don't look great afterwards.
We can play War Leader and just have a 1/4?
And just like hold the line for a little while. I don't hate that.
Start getting some chip in.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
I meant like with our creatures. I don't mean attack. I don't think we should attack.
Yeah, we get in 3, we take 5 back. Things look not great with that. I'm not. Okay. Well. You got it, boss. Thankfully.
We have solutions.
I think I want to chip in for the land possibility at this stage.
Yeah, just pitch Beddling Youths.
Yeah. Discard card, please. Even Chase is on. That's at least a 3 I'm happy to play next turn.
Blocks like a champ.
Yeah, that's 5 power toughness. Oh, piss.
Ah, shit.
Ah, god damn it. Okay.
They chose nothing.
Why would you decline that? Okay. Interesting. So, text on Eggers here is Double Strike Vigilance. Enter the battlefield or attack, suspect a creature. If it's suspected, exile it. Or, like, you know, instead.
So if we play Person of Interest, they can just remove it with Argus. So I guess go 2 and a 2 or play our Inside Source.
I'm gonna go Inside Source here. Yeah, not great for us though, because like that's a lot of.
We
like,
can throw everybody under the bus. Oh, no, we can't, because he'll suspect us.
Yeah, somebody will suspect us. Hopefully our opponent just sort of decides that attacking isn't a worthwhile endeavor here, and we can just build up a damn board. We want to find one of our, you know, O-rings for this. Well.
Okay. +2/+0 and first strike?
I don't think you've got anything. I think we'd be dead if our opponent had something. Okay.
How about just a big guy?
The problem is that we'll never be able to block with big guy.
What else are we doing?
Dogs make dogs. try to have enough bodies to, like,
Yep, that's reasonable.
beat it the other side. Like, the dogs come in tapped, but, like, this way we have enough bodies to, like, try and contest the board a little better.
We could also try to kill them.
Yeah.
Like with the meddling youths, like get them to commit to attack. Do we attack? Well, our 3/3 is suspected right now, right?
Yeah, but this 2/4 is just here. Like, I can't do anything about it.
Nah, but they have to trade with either the Novice Inspector or the Market Watch Phantom.
The double strike. They just eat it for free.
Oh, it's got Menace.
Oh, you get the benefit.
Or we could if we attack with it, they can suspect another one of our guys. Whereas if we hold back, they might choose to kill our detective.
That's fine. And I'm gonna... This is gonna feel weird. I'm gonna do that here. Oh, that's distinct. Oh, it's this that deals damage, not the creature. Never mind.
Yep.
Never mind. Okay. I thought this was gonna solve it because it was 3 different sources. But no, it's the same source 3 times. That said, if we can get them to be aggressive here,
we could just surprise kill them. No, probably not. Oh, they're cowards.
They're cowards, huh?
Spam the board and try to kill them with our like play Purse of Interest and Tracker just to ping them.
Yeah. And then, like, try to next turn meddling youths kill them.
Yeah, because now they got Freya, so our suspects can like be blocked very easily by a 2/4 double strike and a 5/5.
Yeah. Also, this is a 5/5 with trample, and like this can force certain bad blocks. I'm gonna hope that us having too many bodies just puts our opponent off for just long enough that we can kill them.
Chase
next
them
turn.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any attacks this turn?
I was just doing the math on this, and the problem is that they have
go
a
to
lifelink.
9.
They have a lifelinker.
They go to 9, block our 3/3 and our 4/2. Block, take 3, take 4, 5. They would go to 3, and we would probably die on the crackback.
I'm not terribly happy to see a pile of...
Is the Phantom a detective? Oh, this could be good.
Hello? Okay. Hold on, we might be fine here.
Right? Especially if they suspect a guy to make him not able to block. Rather than get rid of one of our suspects.
Yeah. So we need to not die to the flying and the trample. That's part of this line here. And then we just need to be able to have enough bodies to crack back.
They're going to go up to 9. We're going to ping them down to 8.
They could suspect their own creature, that's true, but we have 7 blockers right now. Like,
Yeah,
that's
the Menace doesn't do much.
The Menace doesn't change that. Yeah, the Murder of the Orient Express one is the creatures dealing damage. Cool. So, cool thing here is that cases are... Damn it, our turn only. Damn it.
We must block the wolf.
Okay. So the rest
We have to block the wolf again, because right now we're just taking lethal damage from the trample and the flying.
Yeah, so throw a 3/3 under it. throw... And I'm like...
It's the detective or the... Is that our... the detective... Which one's better? The detective or the... The detective... The reckless detective might make us discard a card we want to play. So I guess that's the better chump.
Okay, so we take 4 here. Can we... Is there any better way to block that?
Don't we only take 2 here?
We only take 2 here. Putting another body on Argus to kill Argus is probably correct.
Yeah, just so that...
Agris. Not yeah, this is probably fine. Take 2.
Probably fine.
If they have a +3/+3 trick, they kill us regardless, so...
Yeah.
Like, I don't care.
They have a +2/+2 trick. We go to 1.
Yeah. And we have enough menace bodies that they've given us to, like...
Yeah, we have 3 menace bodies, and Scooby will come in. This one's going to be tight.
Yeah. The fact that we're clearing their board here is really good. Galvanize doesn't go, Galvanize...
They could kill our 3/3.
They could kill our 3/3. I guess maybe that means we wanted to triple block on Wolf?
Yeah, but I think if they have that, we were going to lose anyways. Because they could just... a lot of the stuff they could have, they could just win with the flyer. Okay. They were thinking about it.
You had a shock and you didn't choose to save? I guess you chose to save. Ah, that's hilarious.
That's funny.
3 blockers.
Math is for blockers.
Just doing the math here. This gets blocked, and nothing else because every menace creature gets through. Is that what I'm saying?
If that's true, then 1 damage from the ping, 3/3/2. That sounds like 9 to me.
Yeah, 3, 6, 8, 9, and then blocked. None of you are free from sin.
Oopspa! There we go.
They needed to be... There was that turn where they had cowardice in their hearts. You know?
They cowarded for a turn, and that was all we needed.
Yeah. That turn where they specifically didn't attack with Agris.
Argus is a better name. I'm just gonna say that the authors of the Ravnica novels, they were wrong. Agris is not a good name. Argus is.
Well, you
were wrong.
Name's Agris, so I don't know what to tell you. Koss. Or as some, I'm sorry, Agris. Some say Argus.
Sure. 2 and a 3.
2 and a 3. Removal. 1,000,000 bodies. How many 2/2s do you want?
I want a lot of 2/2s.
Okay.
Argus is the dog and heart. I mean, Argus is just like a name. That's just like a name. I'm pretty sure.
Isn't it, Argus is a defender of in Hearthstone. Knife.
Argus is the Latinized form of the ancient Greek word Argos. That's what I thought.
Knife.
Pretty good knife. They're gonna eat their knife. Which 2 do you want to do? Probably Inside Source because we can Purse of Interest next turn.
Yeah.
And then
like this could be a 5. Yes.
Eat their knife. Eat it, idiot.
Got him. You ate the knife. We were ready for you to eat the knife.
How dare you eat a knife in front of me?
I'll find you. I won't waste my time hunting down petty thieves while my brother's killer still walks free.
I don't know, just chip in.
Yeah, let's just. It's a 2/2.
Vengeful Tracker has already done its more than we would ever expect.
Right, it got 4 damage and a 4 damage in a trade is, you know.
That's primo where I'm from.
Yeah. Yep, 4 damage in a trade, A+, and it's even up on mana.
We trade with their dog walker.
Anyway, you are being watched. All right.
Play one giant creature. You know what? Sure.
Cool.
Didn't even read that, even though I think the Watchdog might have been the better play.
That's fair.
What is? You see a Phoenix, you kill it. That's what or you don't kill it, you destroy it.
This is when it dies, you can collect 4. This is a cool card. I like this card.
Pretty cool.
Like, it is also, like, hella powerful in limited, like, recursive 3/3 flyer.
I feel, okay, it does the opposite of what I want, which is, it comes into play tapped. I would want it to come into play with haste. Even though that doesn't make any sense. I don't think they've made a Phoenix as good as
so who's the third on that team? If it's collect evidence on the Phoenix, so that's Phoenix Wright and Phoenix on your MVC3 team. Like who's like is your third Virgil? Like, I guess Virgil probably uses too much spending if you're sitting there with Phoenix on your team. Doom. I'm gonna go with Doom. Doctor Strange? Okay.
It's true, he is a paranormal detective, although he's not one of the cooler ones. Although he was played by crap, can't remember. Reanimator from Beyond.
Jeffrey Combs?
Jeffrey Combs. Jeffrey Combs played Dr. Mordred, which was a off-brand Doctor Strange adapted from a script that was supposed to be Doctor Strange, except they lost the rights to it. And we love Jeffrey Combs here because we love Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Hell yes.
Yeah, again, let's we got the detective to keep us from flooding out. We got shock to...
Yeah, we can play our mountain to let them know we have shock.
I am going to tell you that I am holding shock. Okay, I have told you that I am holding shock. Generally, I like holding the shock a little bit longer, but this thing actually hands out a lot of, like, free surveils, and not knowing second color, that can pay off pretty well. Firebrand, he also has a law degree.
If you're doing that, then, like, Daredevil?
Daredevil, yeah. So, this is a sort of a figure. Collect 2, becomes a 4/4 with vigilance. Collect another 4 for 3 mana. Becomes a 5/5 with other creatures you control have indestructible.
Why is it that 10th District has all these important people in it? Do you want to kill it now or wait until they invest stuff into it? Because we could just play like a 1/4 and block it forever.
Yeah.
Does our guy, we would be pitching land if we attacked with our guy?
Probably. But
they make that block. I don't know, I'll just... Actually, we could do Case File Auditor, and if we hit that bad enchantment, we can
yeah, we can. Or,
yeah.
Or we're cool.
Or we're cool.
Or we're cool.
We're gonna win on combat. You can't beat our creatures.
Yeah, like, look, we have a war leader's call. My dog makes the meal. Okay, sure. You've got good plays to follow up with. Yeah.
And hopefully, yeah, I guess we have stuff to do.
I don't really feel like attacking. We have another case file auditor. We can, if we draw land, you know, put dogs down.
Is it the dog? Or do we... Or case file auditor? Case file auditor is probably not extremely likely to hit.
It still has... Yeah, because we're holding a binding. So in the deck, it's like one more binding, a case, and then the bad enchantment. Maybe it's just the case file auditor.
The dogs are valuable because of the Warrior's Call.
Yeah, especially against this board. Like, this is a board full of, you know... Ha.
You're right. Guess we would have drawn the other makeshift binding.
Man. Until they get more evidence in yard, the 10th District Hero can't go off. And 2/5 is too big for them to punch through at the mo. 5th land is probably the best draw right now, but like even as is, we're still fine because our hand is 2 copies of O-Ring, and like the board is in our favor. Any lands we draw past 5, we can just throw to the detective. Hello?
Well, they get to kill one of our guys.
Yeah, okay.
Probably the auditor?
Yeah, I would say the auditor here. Still can't go to combat, but like that's clearly the play.
Okay, that's excellent. Now we can makeshift their guy because they have enough evidence now.
Yeah.
Thing is, do we want them to invest or do we just want to? We do it now for mana. We do it now for mana.
Yeah, I think we just do it now. And then
He might block with Undercity Eliminator. Okay. Punch your face.
that gets 6 in. Cool. This, by the way, this has vigilance, but I'm obviously not going to flip it up because there's the really easy block they have.
Yeah.
So they can, like, pump their detective, get in for 4.
That does seem to be their plan.
Which, sure. Our turn is effectively loot whatever we draw. Go on, just get rid of...
Yeah, just bind to their 3-3. Yeah, bind to their 3-3 so that our 2-2s can get in.
Yeah, I like that.
Alright. We offer the trade? Yeah, we offer the trade.
And discard a card. Nice. Yeah, we offer the trade because, like, then they can't. You know, they don't have anything to crack back with.
Now we just have to draw creatures.
Yeah.
And they die.
This card is... Oof,
It's pretty good. It turns out that stapling a penny common with a penny rare is pretty good.
Yeah. Well, do you trump?
Do you want to live forever?
Bad news. You are being watched. Yeah, like, because Anthem is not in effect these days. Like, Glorious Anthem, the card named Glorious Anthem, has not been constructed playable for...
20 years?
Yeah, I was going to say, like...
Usually you have to have something that is Glorious Anthem with a gimmick.
So like
Tempered Steel, Intangible Virtue, always watching.
There are a number of very playable ones, like, over the years. But they haven't been the card named Glorious Anthem. This is like, what if the card named Glorious Anthem also, like, kept doming your opponent? And, like, minor reach like that is really good because, you know...
That thing probably did, like, 6 damage. Like a little lava axe.
Dreams of Steel.
Yeah, Tempered Steel was a big one. Actually, always watching... Am I remembering? Was that card almost banned?
Oh, no. Intangible Virtue is the one that, like, I think Virtue was banned in block, right? Like,
yeah,
it was like that.
Intangible.
Was it like that and Lingering Soul?
It was probably that.
Must feel really nice to get easy wins with CAA zaps them with the infrared radiation from the satellite. Yeah. It is very nice. Always watching is non-token creatures get +1/+1 vigilance.
Yeah.
And then like, um, there's a couple like side grades to anthems that.
The easiest way to get your anthem to be playable is have it on a dude.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Vanellish Marshal comes to mind. 3/3 for 3. Anthem. This is asking for.
This is a mulligan.
This is a mulligan. This is asking to die. It wants our like. It doesn't do anything, and then if we draw one land, it barely out. Like we need a red land, and we need it on turn. If we get a red land on one, like it's stupid, but like.
Yeah, we're not doing that. So get rid of that. See, this is fine.
I'm keeping this, but what am I throwing back?
It's either a binding or the case file auditor.
Yeah. Especially with 2 in hand, the auditor ain't looking great. Like,
because it's a little bit worse.
Well, oh god. The body's nice, and like, so in the deck, it's bad enchantment, anthem, case, right? Like those are the 3 left.
Put back the binding and disbelief in the holy ratios.
Yeah. I'm keeping the innocent bystander, even though I'm not like, this is just like a junk piker, because our opponent's on the play. I want something to be able to... What is the bad enchantment? The bad enchantment is +2/+2 in vigilance, and hands off +2/+2 vigilance. Like,
yeah, we're playing it over a monkey.
The reason we're calling it the bad enchantment is that it's the card that you play and your opponent goes murder, and you go, ah.
Yeah.
You know, like
our opponent played it, and they did punch us for 8 with it.
Right, but then we 2-for-1 them by killing the.
Then we 2-for-1 to them.
We immediately 2-for-1 them. So like, it got 4 damage.
You gotta think about how much damage you're willing to accept for a 2-for-1.
So this thing here is actually quite dangerous. Whenever a permanent is turn face up, it and that and this get a 1/1 counter. So
yeah,
like.
If they play a morph here, we could just binding the 1/3.
Rope.
Lamp oil. Bombs.
Tap the rope. Yeah, that's the thing. This digs for the anthem. Well.
There it is.
Alright. It's fine, we'll just find anthem. You know what?
Why does that make me think of Burn Down the House? Usually it's the card Burn Down the House that makes me think of Burn Down the House. But this one did too.
So cool play here. I want our opponent to just play a morph pass.
I would also accept Equip Rope Pass.
Either way, we can kill this, with moves. Which is pretty important.
Okay. Now, they know about the case.
I'm still taking it. Because I want this off the table. Ooh. Okay. The way they could own us is if this flips up for 1.
If it flips up for 1, they get owned. Do you want to take that bet? How many things flip up for 1 in this set?
I think they have it. There's a 2/2. There's a Borderland Ranger. It flips up for green and searches a land.
And just binding it then.
Yeah, let's not fuck around. I'm not here to get owned by some. The thing is, they have like a,
they have something.
They're acting like they do. Oh, okay. I'm feeling good.
And that's 3 damage still kills a 3/3.
Yep. Other thing about 3 damage killing a 3/3 is that source 1, source 2, source 3, we get 3.
Although if they equip rope and pass, that's annoying.
If they equip a rope,
well, that's what
pass,
due diligence is for.
Yeah. Well, no, rope is +1/+2, so this will be a 4/5. I think we just play dog pass at that stage.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this is anytime I can correctly identify what a play is and like make that sort of play around it, I feel quite good. I'm sorry?
They got a mountain.
Okay. Interesting. I didn't expect a third color because they initially fetched with the tunnel on green. They must have been low on mana sources at that time period.
Are you gonna eat the rope?
I would love it if they ate the rope. We'd dome them for 2. I think they're equipping the rope and maybe playing a morph.
That's one of the... Okay. On the scale of terrible candies, Nerd's Rope has got to be pretty terrible, right?
I would put it pretty low tier.
Pretty low tier. Like, it's not like Necco Wafer bad.
No, we're not like that low, but like...
But it's like, this is a modern candy that's extremely terrible.
Nerds gummies are excellent, though.
Hmm.
I can accept. God.
We just have to make our creatures better.
You got it. I will just play War Leader's Call. This makes our attacks like look a lot better. So one of the things I was a little worried about that I could have done was be like attacked with creatures and then like.
And then like take the trade with the burn.
Yeah.
Because the talking heads might get a card back later.
Yeah.
So 2-pointing yourself is okay.
Yep. By the way, this is a full whiff until we shuffle. There's the last enchantment is in captivity. The bottom of our deck because we mulliganed away the last makeshift binding. And we have every other enchantment in the deck. Interesting. They very specifically tapped for that.
Maybe it was either they knew they didn't want to spend their red, which means red's probably a splash, or it was trying to tap their promenade for whatever reason.
Interesting.
Innocent Bystander looking okay.
Yeah, just like fine body. Innocent Bystander looks a lot better with the +1 power toughness. Yeah.
No, he might actually be dealt 3 damage.
Yeah, that's right. With that extra toughness. Okay.
We can't kill anything, so it's either attack in, kill something post combat, or just play the dog.
And the dog,
which will make that plan better because of the battalion.
Fun thing about dog, if they don't respond to the morph, they can't.
Yeah. That also means that if they don't morph their guy and we draw a land next turn, we can just burn down their morph.
Yes, because they can't flip it up. The attacks also don't look too bad, even through the Gardener.
Actually, yeah, Due Diligence might actually open up attacks next turn.
Hell, even On the Job is like...
Yeah.
We have a lot of cards that can push right now.
Because
I would want to draw Person of Interest, but I think it's on bottom of library.
Yeah.
It was because it was what? It was Person of Interest, Shock, and then there was one other non-land that was in our bottom that went down there.
Oh, I don't remember that.
I was keeping track because I didn't. Whenever we see cards that I guess I haven't been saying it aloud. So let me talk about Case File Auditor. When we get to see the top 6 and we pick cards, the rest go on the bottom. Knowing what those cards are lets you
informs your decision.
Yeah, we know not to expect Shock because Shock is in the bottom 6, right? Like
we effectively shrink our deck by knowing what is and isn't in there.
So Person of Interest is not on there, but inside the Informant is. That's a possible draw. The 1/1 that makes it 2/2. Opponent's doing some
thinking.
Deep thinking. I understand.
They're going to get priority on our turn no matter what because of the
rope. Yes. As long as they have 2 mana up, rope will always give them priority. Interesting.
Okay, let's examine our options.
So, they can't morph up.
Yeah, we can 5 mana kill their guy. We can... If we attack with all, we have a 4/4 a 5/4, and a 3/6. And we can save either of our 4 toughness guys from being blocked by the gardener by being on the job. Is on the job an instant or a sorcery?
On the job is an instant. Another thing we could do would
we can do diligence on like the dog
and then
and put
hand it off to the tracker.
Yeah, and then just attack with all battalion. The case file auditor doesn't get eaten because it gets the toughness, and we can play bystander. I don't hate that either.
I'm gonna go with that.
Don't kill our dog in response. Sadly, the dog does wear it better. We're hedging our bets.
Yeah, this is me.
I picked this one. Okay, in we go. Battalion.
So they can double block, kill the dog. They lose all creatures they control. But like, in that instance, they lose all creatures they control. So
yeah,
that's fine.
That's pretty good for us.
They can double block, kill the tracker. We get the, gardener or the morph.
The dog is from the Legion if it has battalion, except it's employed by the Karlovs who are Orzhov. So, I don't know.
Okay, double block on the 6/6. Now the question here is, what do we kill? I'm probably just wanting to get that. The thing about like killing the gardener is that like
the gardener's a known value. It's just an earth elemental, whereas the morph could be anything.
Yeah, they can't morph it up right now, but they also like they can move the rope onto it and make it into. I'm just gonna take out the gardener.
You have plowed your last field.
This is the other reason I wanted the due diligence not on the dog. Was that it incentivized killing the. Okay. And then we get to play bystander, hit him for damage, and we get to keep our battalion for next turn. I think the dog not letting them morph up is actually, like, real here. Thanks, bad enchantment. You gave us a combat.
You gave us a combat.
I mean, we could have had it with, like, every other card in hand, too, but, we got to play the worst of the 3 so that we save the better ones for later.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're eating the rope.
Which they are not getting punished for because our tracker is gone.
That's why they took the trade. They had to...
Hey, a Wrath of God. They have a blue splash for a Wrath that draws to.
Okay, can they make a 5?
Usually, like, a morph could exist, so... I did not expect this off of the splash, but yeah, they need to discard a 5-drop to make sure it does 5 damage to kill the case auditor. We'll get a clue off of the bystander. So... Or if they
discard a 2. If they discard a 2, they can kill their morph and our bystander.
I'm sorry?
Niv Mizzet. They had a 5.
They had a 5. I understand the public thoroughfare now.
They had to discard the Niv, too.
Yeah, they needed a 5.
That's extremely dead.
Alright, I'm just... You, Ward 2, Autopay.
Is, public thoroughfare is not, okay,
tap it, untap artifact or land.
Okay, because I thought this was Rupture Spire, but we have the artifact.
Yeah, I thought this was Rupture Spire, and then one game I played this, my opponent cracked a fetch, so I decided I'll just float the red in response.
Not Rupture Spire.
No.
I mean, it effectively...
this doesn't give dogs on flip up.
Yeah, that's the appeal of it.
O-ring.
They're gonna O-ring our O-ring, or are they gonna O-ring our anthem?
Because if they O-ring our O-ring, they get back the 1-3, which is like fine, but it's a little late. If they O-ring the, honestly, I think they should the anthem. Like that anthem, like completely changes the texture of everything we play.
Because it was going to make all of our creatures or murder them.
Fun thing about this is it now is a fertile ground for any color, you know. So this is all the fixing they have for their cool. Look at these cards.
Now we just have to play our guy that can destroy untargetable lands, so that just in case it were. Okay, that's troublesome.
Yeah. Sadly, Shock is not in the top of our deck. That's a little bad. At this stage in the game, this draws a lot of cards, and we are at a stage where I don't want our opponent drawing a ton of cards.
Because their greed is starting to pay off.
Yes.
They had the thing that lets the greed pay off.
Yeah, which is what we call Wrath of God.
Yeah.
Well, maybe if we can get, well, I see. If you're going to be greedy like this, having a card named Wrath of God does do a lot in the ways of keeping you from losing. Yeah, they made the trade, we pushed in combat and got them to 8, but, you know, once we're...
And they had their wrath.
I did not expect that out of the cards we had seen. I knew when we saw the mountain, like I said, when we saw the mountain, I was a little, like, questioning what was going on there. I did not expect the answer to be, we're in wild 5-color. Yeah, I love this. This kicks ass.
Their picks are pretty wild, too.
This whips.
Yeah, they got some pretty good greed.
Yeah, I love the power of greed.
Whereas what we want to do is draw Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
Yeah, I just want to be attacking with
haste creatures.
Hasty creatures. I don't think we have any. We have Dog Walker. Oh God.
Okay, we have lost.
All right, y'all ready? I want to see so. I played against one other Niv-Mizzet player. I did a draft off stream. My opponent never cast Niv-Mizzet, but they did cast Rakdos twice.
Yeah.
And a War Leader's Call. I got them to 3 cards in deck. I almost decked them off the Rakdos. Rakdai? What's the plural of Rakdos?
Other high lives.
Yeah. Give me the dogs. I can be trusted.
We're not going to be trusted.
I have bad news.
It's very, very funny when you lose a 22 life.
I love seeing decks like this work. Like, this is the sort of stuff I live for. Alright, are we gonna flip up the... Yeah, we're gonna flip up the dog. Dog liker. Dog not disliker? I don't know.
The dog hater.
The dog hater has logged on. And they can play Rakdos post-combat. No, sorry. They can play Niv-Mizzet. They can also play Rakdos post-combat if they wanted to. I can't stop them. Come on. You do need to play this. No, they don't have the mana for it anymore. This way. Let's split up, gang. Hey, buddy.
Yeah, that'll get us.
You gotta help us.
Corn Man.
You gotta help us.
This will absolutely work.
The acorn has to help us. He's gonna crack this thing wide open. Come on, basic swamp.
That thing is. Yay! You can't even Ray of Command Niv Mizzet because he's got protection from monocolor.
Other way.
Protection from hexproof from. Wait, he's got hexproof from.
Hexproof from.
What the? I thought they got rid of that.
No.
They've had protection from though.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I believe the other Niv Mizzet in standard has hexproof from monocolor.
In different situations wherein they are wrong and should not use hexproof from anything except hexproof from hexproof.
Well, we're getting skeletonized. Okay, it is monocolored on the other one. That's what I thought. Come on. Yeah!
Yeah, get him.
Hexproof from exists to make it so he gets blocked by like a loser by big dumb flyers like Atraxa. Everybody loses to Atraxa.
There's a bunch of cards in standard that have protection though.
They're different power levels. Like
I know, but like I don't like it. It's inelegant.
I don't like collect evidence for. I think that's just wrong.
So this is a mechanic that could exist in any graveyard set, but it has to.
More specifically, it should be collect for evidence.
Ah, yeah.
Nobody in the history of the English language is gonna say it the other way.
Ah, but these cards aren't written in English gens.
I'm aware of that.
They're written in Magic Ease.
I'm aware. It's just like that gets me because I'm like, ah, yes. I will collect evidence for instead of collect for evidence. Like,
show them the on the job and concede. Because we're dead 6 ways to Sunday.
I'm waiting until the new visit hits me.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. But you got to show them the on the job.
Oh yeah, they get to see the on the job. We got the inside source. I don't even remember what this does.
Yeah, bite, take a bite, yeah.
It's fine, we're dead. I'm taking all actions possible. There they are!
Now we can. Yeah, there they are. There's the Scoobies. Yeah.
Yeah. There was no world where we were getting away with it after the wrath.
Yeah, they had the right card at the right time. And they had the right pitch because they needed a 5.
They needed a 5, or they were sitting there thinking, and they were. I think they were just, it's like the decision of like, well, crap.
Do I discard my Niv Mizzet?
Like, can I win this if I discard my Niv?
The answer is yes.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's the power of greed. A greed deck like that allows you to turn the corner. Also, that 2-drop was
At 2-drop drew them like 4 cards.
That's a very good 2-drop. It works well as a early game, late game. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, cool.
Cool. Yeah, I like this. Tracker, detective, depending on like what the board looks like on 2, and like we can start filtering out. They have a dog.
Or hound.
Right,
yeah.
Everybody.
You was shock. I
will shock this dog every time.
It might not be correct, but it's
at this point it's happening.
At this point it's law. I forgot we had 2 of those guys.
Yeah.
Do we want to have one discard the other, or do we just want to make that 2-2?
I'm gonna do this to kind of keep flowing through our deck.
Yeah, we do kind of want to draw some lands, and then later we're not going to want to draw lands.
Oh, shit.
Hell yes! Hell yes! A perfect discard!
That might be with like opponent missing plays like this, I might want that.
Yeah, we'll pitch the other detective and then play Vengeful Tracker, and
yeah, that's
unless
what
we draw, and then...
Yeah.
They're stumbling, bumbling, mumbling.
If our opponent's stumbling, we need to due diligence is a
something.
very good way of... Trouble detective. Sure.
There we go. Another card to discard.
Basically, I don't want that right now. Alright. They might have -X.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't have Jack. We
take those.
Reckless Detective is... I think Reckless Detective is very cool. This is because it's on, like, discard or sack, there's a lot of different ways to use this. And, like, it being a 2/3 on offense.
I kind of wish he was a 1/3. That might be a little push, though.
Maybe a little. The thing, I think in this set, 2/3 is all you need, right? Because like
2/3 is all you need.
You push through morphs, and that's the biggest. Even
some people just can't handle having their dog shocked.
Shocking.
Oh, this is very funny. The background of our draft art is our first pick.
First picks. That first pick. Even though our deck is not like high quality Boros, it's like
it's good enough.
It's good enough Boros. That card alone brings it to like
the card that elevates your omelet like putting in some cheese.
Mm-hmm. The shrimp.
Your wings are too big, Elspeth. Cool, excellent, wonderful.
Yeah, this hand is actually really nice looking. The detective helps out in case of flood. The perimeter enforcer is like a really, really good 2 into 3 off of like inside source, and then or even like dog walker on 3 and then dog walker detective on 4.
I think they're going to shock our perimeter enforcer, but that's probably fine.
It's like okay, these things happen. Like, you know.
Like we could have hedged by playing like the bystander or whatever, but.
So I want to dog walk here because as we've talked about before, like
you have 2s and the 3s, and
yep,
that makes the on the job better. Bystander probably is the play next turn.
Ooh, fun. Nice card.
Yeah. Lots of artifacts.
I think I want Detective with a 2-3 on board.
That makes sense.
Let's ask. Alright. Asked and answered. And we got chases on as far as like a trick in combat. Hoof!
A 3/6.
The booty.
Also, just kind of great in their
Yeah.
setup.
Yeah, okay.
2/2s. Just
Yeah.
try to trumpet blast them.
We got one in hand. We can't cast it yet. We don't have double light, but like we will get there.
Now we'll get there.
So my hope is that they like make a token, attack for one, and then sack it. I want them to do a little bit of too much value and die from it. I want them I want them to choke on it.
Yeah.
Choke on it. Choke on the value. Yes!
Yes.
Yes!
Yes.
Choke
You
on it!
sacrificed you sacrificed an artifact, asshole.
That's Day of the Dead, right?
No, yeah, that yes. Also, they literally used greed. That's what they did.
So we can't on the job.
Do we audit looking for
Oh shit, it
Anthem?
sacrifices no matter what.
they're on the clock. Okay, we can attack with Dog Walker and then chase if they block, or we can just play Case for Auditor looking for Glorious Anthem.
Yeah.
Or honestly, O-Ring would also be extremely good.
I'm gonna attack with dogs, see what happens, and then we can post-combat the case. Sure.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Again, our opponent's in, like, Value Town. Thinking.
Three 6.
3-6. 3-1.
Not a common stat line. Hey!
All right.
Because we want that. We want the Smith to live.
Okay. Get out of here. So you're gonna take 2 from that every turn. And now I can, like... If we draw planes
Sack our
again...
glue
Yeah, if we draw
for our
planes...
detective.
They're gonna cast murder. Yeah.
They have to. They have to kill our guy.
They have to kill that. Sure. Yeah, I'll take one.
The goat.
The goat.
You can play the goat if we play one of our 3s, or you can sack land looking for, or sack clue looking for. Well, we can do that with the reckless detective, anyways.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna discard. Well, let's case file first.
'Cause we can also discard the goat.
Ooh.
Okay. Get rid of a blocker. Okay, let's do some thinking.
Yep.
If we just play the goat, shift everybody in. 2-1 gets blocked by
2-3-2.
2-3.
We'll lose it.
Or 2-3 blocks 2-3. 2-2 blocks. Okay.
I think I'm just attacking with detective, and if they double block, we kill the face down.
Okay, that seems reasonable.
What am I discarding then?
We can either sack the treasure or sack the clue to get its card right away, or just pitch the goat.
I'm gonna sack the. That I want the. I want
that's
the
the
goat.
same as That's the same as cracking it.
Right, but we can't do that.
Yeah.
My thought
Free
process
value.
here is that, like, if we draw into the white source, Like, I really want the on-the-job active, you know?
Yeah.
So we have the case, and the case is also good in that it can just, like, kill the Harry Jonesmith. Inside source is going. I think that's...
Goodbye, inside source. How do you be unscrupulous as an elf? What are the scruples that elves usually have? I guess you break a lot of twigs.
You break a lot of windows on this.
Oh, the windows are made of... Those are tiny, invisible... Those are tiny, transparent twigs arranged into a pane of glass.
Okay.
Well, that's next turn.
Well.
We can kill the drone smith. Yeah, get in with the goat. Yeah.
The thought process is 3 sources of damage. Try again. They tried again. All right. So now it's active, and case file auditor goes. This card's been like...
Slightly better than okay. It's...
we have a board. We just...
Yeah, this is a tough war. This is a painful war leader's call to take because the O-ring would be very good, but
yeah.
We take these.
Yeah.
Although we might not cast it if we just murder them with on the job next turn.
Or if we draw a white source.
Or if we draw a white source. Judith!
Ooh, this scares me. Alright. So, all spells can have lifelink death touch.
Are they... Okay, did they collect evidence? No. They... Get our...
Dog.
Get a dog? The goat is slightly better than a dog.
Ooh.
Alright, what if we just have our cake and eat it too? Right-click attack all.
The detective isn't going in.
You want to keep the on the job?
Yeah, I'd rather have that for the follow-up turn.
Alright.
Because there is going to be one more after this.
Their morph was valuable enough to keep.
That thing, by the way, good thing about the Judith tokens is that they do not, they're not like
Target. Yeah,
it's just...
they're not the other imps. These are 2/2 imps, not 1/1 devils.
Okay.
Okay, there's
This is all attack. On the job. You gotta kill our goat response. Nope. All right.
Okay.
That was the deck working as function. Yeah. So I just have to. I have to give
That's a
kudos.
case file auditor.
Yeah. This card, like, as you did exactly at the start, I did the same thing where I just read when case file auditor enters the battlefield and when you saw the case, and my eyes stopped. Like I just could not read from that point. Luckily, this card is like Like,
It's kind of like a
I
Heliod
I say luckily, this card is well designed in that it does not demand cases, but rather just
It
cares.
rewards cases.
And
It's a little bit of a Kamigawa card where
so
it's pretty wordy for what it does. That's what makes it hard. We're in
yeah.
we're in the post Kamigawa age where every set is like this now.
I'm also I'd also like to give additional shout outs to Green Sun's
Green
Twilight.
Sun's Twilight. Yeah. Pretty good.
To Vengeful Tracker.
Vengeful Tracker.
Which, you know,
Sacrifices an artifact. Not sacrifices as a cost,
Yeah.
but just sacrifices in general.
you know, this card sometimes Grizzly Bear will dome your opponent a couple times in the course of a game, and that's great. And
They had to kill it or they would have lost.
they would have lost like flat. They were hitting us for 1 to take 2. You can't do that forever. You can't do that. Like,
Shoutouts to Reckless Detective for you kind of have to bend over backwards to get this to work in this deck.
yeah, it did help like make like Perimeter Enforcer better just by having a higher count for it. But like
Perimeter Enforcer, by the way, look at him. He looks like an invitational card.
this
you know?
yeah.
Or he looks like this is a guy who wanted to have a card, although no Magic player would ever have this be their card. But it looks like it, doesn't it? It looks like a guy.
Yeah.
It looks like a Magic the Gathering. He's got his trade binder with him.
And a deck box on the right.
Yeah.
Uh,
He's going to F him.
yeah, we saw this. Usually we don't. Okay, we don't see our first pick often. That's a common thread.
This card won like 5 out of the 6 games it played.
Yeah,
and we did lose one of them.
and like
But
having
having
ways to just be like, yeah, whatever. We have these bodies that can just go find it.
Yeah.
Feels really nice. I kind of thought. Dog was good. The fact that the fact that you can play the dog and then get the battalion on that turn is nice.
Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, it's not. He's got foe battalion where he doesn't have to be a part of the battalion, and that's what elevates this card to being playable.
Yeah. And this is the second time we've gotten to play Case of the Burning Masks, and boy howdy,
We never activated it.
We did have it in that last one.
Yeah, we had it. We had it ready twice, but we never actually cracked it. It was just 3 mana bolt, which hey,
in limited,
it gets there.
That's about where I expected the line. You know.
Yeah.
3 mana, 3 damage. That's just your kill spell that exists. You can have those. But like it was tutorable off of the case file as well. Also, like we got to play this once.
This card performed about as expected, but it was
maybe it might have been better.
It was not
as,
empty cardboard.
It might have been better as like Felonious Rage or Hellion.
I don't know. The fact that we could draw it for free was pretty good.
That's the reason we added it, is because like it made the case file auditor math a little better, because now there were 5 targets in 40, which makes for like a 1 in 8 on bad math. That's not actually how that works.
Yeah, but bad math is still fun math.
But bad math is still math you use to, kind of
justify decisions.
Yes, that's true. Anyway. So yeah,
pretty good aggro deck.
Yeah.
Let's see what our winnies are.
Yeah. Let's take a look. Decks like this.
There's a whole bunch of them. We got a goat. We got a monkey.
Yeah, dog walker. Not bystander. What's the other? This is another one that like kind of token making. It doesn't go wide, but it goes sticky.
Yeah, the sticky creatures are generally pretty good.
Howdy.
It's the Thraben Inspector. They found a shoe.
A
Some
shoe.
kind of sex clown has been by here. Let's radio this back to Central for
Like-
them to look up the clowns.
The database of clowns.
The clown database.
It is quite wild. Like, Thraben Inspector continues to be one of the best white one-drops that's ever been printed. And so, like, printing a second Thraben Inspector, like, actually has effects on formats.
Yep, because
Factually.
it's one of those cards that just kind of does everything. It's human. It's a one drop. It draws cards. It creates artifacts.
There's like a pauper deck that wants as many copies of this as it can play, in order for like Convoke /
Galvanic Blast
yeah,
and
things like that. Like, even you can obviously play 2 in a cube, though you could always have put 2 in a cube. That didn't change. But, it's just this perfect smoothing tool. So,
a very smoothie card.
I'm pretty sure you can pretty easily draft around this.
Yeah, the detective is perhaps the most supported creature type.
Yeah, even off main colors. Like detective is mainly in blue and in white. Even this Griffonaut.
Detective.
This comes with a detective. Things like that.
Is that Griffonaut not very good? Am I old-fashioned for liking Snapping Drake?
Sadly, this really doesn't. This doesn't really hold.
Yeah.
Specifically in this format, the 2 toughness is a liability. The creature type does make it like real.
Well, it's just shock, right?
It's shock in combat. Like, you play this on 4, you can't participate against a morph, right? Say you're on the draw against
Yeah,
you're
I guess that.
like, you just can't play on the defensive. Like, the card is still absolutely fine, but I feel it is worse in this format.
And that makes sense. And its ability is very modest.
Yeah, a 3-power flyer is always going to be a card that can be a lethal threat.
Yeah.
But like,
well, I know there's been formats where Phantom Monster isn't very good.
But looking like Granite Witness is a card that I think you compare it.
It pretty easily outclasses it, yeah.
So that is to say that a 3/2 flyer is quite strong. One of the things that it can do is this piece of equipment is like very, very good. Equip 1, and so all of a sudden 4/4 threat. Feels like they wanted a more generic name for Thraben Inspector. I do not. Yeah, I agree. I do not think that they knew.
There's lots of cards that are locked to specific sets because of stuff like that. Like the biggest one is probably Inquisition of Kozilek.
You don't want to print more of those.
We can't. We don't want to. You don't want to print any more of that card effect, and yet one of them is called Inquisition of Kozilek.
Yeah.
And Kozilek is dead. And never to return. So unless core sets return, we're not getting that one. That's just why you get Thoughtseize every other set.
Inquisition of Cosm. This thing's quite good. Again, because morphs are the creatures of the day.
And it goes on curve.
That
Bolrak Clan Basher looks like graveyard art. I've seen that exact same pose in a Ravnica card.
This feels like a card that would have Blood Rush.
Yeah. In fact, there is a ogre or Cyclops
that has
with flailing chains with Blood Rush that gives double strike.
That might be
I'm
what we're
pretty
thinking.
sure.
That's why we're probably thinking.
Yeah.
Nobody expects of course, nobody expects the Kozilek.
Because he's dead.
Never.
Outrageous Robbery. This is a card that really what this says is this is a big draw spell.
Yeah, the instant on here is the part that I think makes this
it makes the card rather good. It reminds me of There was a card from Amonkhet back in the day that was X blue blue, draw X cards, discard a card.
Yeah, discard 1.
That card saw a lot of play. I don't know if this one.
I don't think I need to read past 7 mana 4/4. I will. Menace, Ward 2, Haste. When Karlov's Visionary Inventor attacks, sacrifice any number of other creatures, then exile X off the top, where X is their power. Cast any number of instant sorceries from there for free.
So this is a 7 mana 4/4 that wants you to have a lot of creatures in play and have expensive instants and sorceries in your deck.
So the way this wants you to build around it is that you want, like, creature token makers?
You want tokens and ultimatums, I guess. I don't know.
Well, because, like, the Haste and Ward 2 makes this, like, functional. Because, like,
I don't know.
in the sense that you can play it. I am talking from a perspective of a 7 mana 4/4. This is only playable in EDH, right? Like, there's no other world to evaluate this.
This is an empty rare if you've opened it, because I can't even think of any instants or sorceries you would want to cast off this thing.
Magma
in
Opus.
limited. In limited?
In limited? No.
That greed spell is an X spell.
Especially you don't want to sack your board to do it.
Yeah.
This card in limited is terrifying. Because if you get anywhere near a board stall, this is just like make 20 clues.
As this 4 mana, make 20 clues. No witnesses.
Wrath. It's Wrath. It generally has a drawback. It's still Wrath.
Still Wrath of God.
You know, that no witnesses. I don't like this card. I don't like. I mean, Flash makes this a more interesting. I can get you with it, but like.
Turns out Hushbringer was a 1/2, but Hushbringer saw play in Hammer time because if you put a hammer on a lifelinker.
Yep.
Whereas there's better effects for this than a creature in Modern or other forms. Yeah, this guy's probably decent.
Yeah, I mean, like, the clues cost 1, and then also free clues forever.
It's an Archon Detective.
Alright. So this card, when I saw this, it made me think about, like, Mole Drifter 3x3 square. Like the Mole Drifter Radical, you know? Like, Mole Drifter is a 5 mana flyer that draws 2 cards. That technically makes this a Mole Drifter, right? Like that.
This is textually a Mole Drifter, although spiritually I would say it isn't.
Correct. It's not on that level of the square. Yeah. Anyway, that's Murders.
What's something that is spiritually a Mole Drifter but textually not a Mole Drifter?
There's a card I think there's another card I'm gonna pull up that also is like that fits on there.
Because there's Wave Sifter, who I think is textually a Mole Drifter but spiritually not.
In this set, Steam Course Scholar.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
2/2 flyer that draws 2 cards. However, you get it for the evoke cost and like a bunch of other good things. Like this makes Mole Drifter like I feel so bad looking at Mole Drifter here.
No. Mole Drifter's got stuff on Steam Course.
No, I know.
Mole Drifter ain't got the hat, but Mole Drifter dies,
yes.
which is great.
I am in front of me. I am literally sitting here shuffling a Revelark deck with some Mole Drifters. So I can, because I'm playing, I'm gonna go play some 2009 Extended this weekend.
Hell yes.
So I want to cast Cryptic Command and I want to cast Mole Drifter, so I'm doing that.
That's what you do. That's what wins.
Yeah.
Got any Cloud Threshers in there?
No, it's just blue white.
Boring.
Look, I had a short list of cards I needed to fit in there, and then the rest of it is the card, like, you know, Path to Exile, Mana Leak.
Yeah, the good, the stuff that makes your deck actually good.
Things that make the deck function. I got a bunch of Vencers.
Oh boy.
So
Okay, okay. I had to think for a second. Good Vincers. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Vincer.
Yeah, I'm playing a horrible
Yeah, but
planeswalker Venser in my
you're playing Vincer Shaper Savant in your Mono League Path to Exile. Well, I couldn't afford Jace's, okay? Don't make fun of me. And I think on that bombshell, I'm gonna
Alright.
go get something to eat.
Alright, thanks for joining
Goodbye, everybody.
Alright. With that, thank you all for joining, everybody. Hope you had a fun time. If you want to catch more, you can always follow, subscribe. Thank you to Cray Talk for the sub today. I do appreciate it a bunch. Thanks to everybody for being here. I appreciate having you all talk about all sorts of things that are going on, all the jazz we got, just playing through here. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it. Tomorrow is still Dragon Warrior Wednesday. Friday will be more Slay the Spire. Nothing on Saturday. Battle Network 5 on Sunday. So, anyway, with that, thank you all for joining. Have a good night, everybody.